Hey, Brian Stecker here again, certified personal trainer and baby boomer fitness expert, where today I'm talking about exercise and weight loss tips for men over the age of 50.
Yeah. Men over 50.
So I brought they do rock. I brought Kevin in today, long-term client of mine for the past decade, and we've had this YouTube station going here consistently now since the start of the year, uploading consistently, and we did a video series earlier in the year, just general talking to get guys over 50 going, and questions are starting to come in, so we're going to take it up next level. Brought Kevin in here to add to any points that I have to enhance what we're doing here. And we're going to bring you some workouts in this series also. So we're just going to talk about some key tips right there. So the first thing we want to talk about, first tip that I would say if you're going to have weight loss and exercise benefits over the age of 50 is you're going to want to monitor your diet. You know, abs are made in the kitchen. They're not made on the workout floor. The other thing is there's a video circulating on YouTube right now. Stay on this channel and watch all these first, but you can watch that later. Maybe I'll link it down below. So there's this guy, right? He gets on a treadmill and he runs for 20 minutes and he's running all out. And then they have another guy sitting down with a pizza and a soda. I would say the brand of pizza, but we're not getting any sponsorships for pizza deals, so we're going to leave that out. So if you want a pizza sponsorship deal, send me an email. But the guy's eating pizza, drinking a soft drink. I would say a soda there too, but we're not getting endorsed. But anyway, there's the one guy over there eating a pizza, and he's drinking his soda, and the other guy is running for 20 minutes all out. Well, at the end of the 20 minutes, they added up how much pizza the guy had and how much soda he drank, and added up to how many calories that was in 20 minutes. And then they showed the other guy finished up the treadmill workout, and he burned like 300 calories. But the guy who ate the pizza and soda was like 1,200 calories. So that just proved right there, you can't out-train a bad diet. Like in 20 minutes, you can ruin, if that guy had a run like that for an hour, to equivalent to 20 minutes of pizza eating. So yeah, you can't out-train a bad diet. You've got to understand what your calorie goal is each day. And I'm not talking about getting meticulous on it. After a while, the average human only eats, between 8 and 11 foods consistently. But so you'll kind of start to get into a routine of what you're eating with good quality protein, carbs, fat. You'll know your calorie targets, and you'll know that you need to create a 500 calorie deficit per day. So you've got to start monitoring, watching your calories on a daily basis if you're really going to make long-term weight loss success over the age of 50. And the other thing you want to look at is those health benefits of it. You want to look at making sure you take in quality foods, because you're looking to ward off things like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So by watching the quality of foods you eat, you'll be a healthier person for the long haul, and that's what you really want. So you can be with your kids, the grandchildren, better in your career, travel, all those wonderful things. Kevin?
Yeah, I think monitoring the calories is a big thing. For me, I have a method that I use that I've been using forever, and it's a general, so it's not hard to do to track your calories. I remember you and I had discussion and came up somehow with 3,500 calories is a pound.
Yep.
And so I'm saying to myself,
1 pound of fat. 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. Yep.
Right, yes, yep. Yes, 3,500 calories. And I'm saying that's a lot, generally, that's a lot of calories. So you have to, understand what you burn per day and what you are going to consume every day. And so I just generally say, okay, I'm going to probably consume 3,000 calories because I know I'm going to burn probably more than that. So I always want to have that deficit there. So I'll just generally grab stuff and look at the calorie content of serving size and so forth and so on, and just say, okay, this is 200, this is 300, this is 500, and just make sure I don't go over the 3,000 mark. And it's really easy to do it. A lot of people complicate it by saying, oh, what this has this and that, and just take general numbers, and that's what I do, and it kind of works out.
Absolutely, yes. At the end of the day, it's calories in, calories out for weight loss. And then, we figured out Kevin's BMR, and it came out to about 3,000 calories. With what he burns, for him to lose a pound of fat, he needs to consume 3,000 calories per day to keep him from going to 3,500. So, yeah, that's a great point. So you get to know your method of what's coming in and out. Number 2, this one's a really good one. It's when I met you, you're always on the step mill, you're doing your cardio, but one day you decided, some kids, some young bucks, decided to say, hey, you look like you can play some basketball.
I skipped the warm up. Yes, you're right.
You skipped the warm up. That's the second one, is the warm up. We always want to warm up because things are moving like they used to. Would you like to tell your story of the warning? Warning here.
Yeah, so I did skip the warm up, but I just had to get this basketball thing, show the young bucks, as you said, how to really do this thing. And so,
and you did.
I'm springing off of my left leg, and all of a sudden I ruptured my Achilles tendon. So, warm up.
Warm up. Things don't move like they used to. The best prevention is that warm up. You're going to prep your body for movement, and you're going to be ready to be active. So we're not guaranteeing you won't get injured, but your percentage of that will decrease. All right. The third thing is you want to challenge yourself. And what we mean by challenging yourself in the gym is you always want to have proper form first and good technique, and then be always in control of the weight. Have a good control of the movement. So always have that preface first, and you know your body, you know what exercise you can and can't do. The next thing is challenge yourself, meaning, I see a lot of guys out there, and I see a lot of ladies, is they'll take a weight that they can do for 20 times, and you give them a goal to do 8 to 10 reps, but then they pick the weight that they do 20 times for 8 to 10 reps, and they come back and they're like, I'm not seeing any results. You need to challenge yourself, and challenge yourself in a way where you're using weights that you're doing that are going to challenge you for the rep ranges that you're doing. So if you're going to do 8 to 10 reps, you better not be able to do 15, but you better not pick a weight that can only do 6. You want to pick a weight where it's challenging there. And I remember a time you were doing some incline press, training a long period of time, and one day I walked up and what happened there?
Well, I was just in my comfort zone doing my weight, and you challenged me to put more weight on, and
you were like, really?
I'm like, I can't do that weight, and you said, yeah, let's give it a shot, and here we go, and I was able to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think maybe psychologically it's just that I'm not going to challenge myself, mm-hmm. and it might have been because I had a spot.
Yep.
That might have helped too. And I said, well, maybe I'll challenge myself because I have a spot now, but I was able to do the weight that you asked me to do.
Yeah, you want to get yourself a spotter if you want to challenge yourself. That's a good point there for safety purposes. But yeah, sometimes you just get in your comfort zone. And, like you said, the kryptonite kind of sneaks in there, the thoughts where maybe you don't know if you can do it or not. But you had great form, you had great technique, great tempo, and I was like, and it was easy. You were just cranking out this 135, and I was like, you need to put some weight on there. So we bumped it up. And can I do this? And I was like, yeah. And bam, you nailed it. Yeah. And then next thing you know, I'm coming to the gym and I'm seeing Kevin do an incline bench press, and he's got the new weight on there.
Yeah, and I'm constantly upgrading. So it's like I'll challenge myself now.
All right. Very good. Yeah. So there you have it. That's number 3. Number 4 is use some dumbbells, use some free weights. When I first met Kevin, he spent a lot of time on the machines. And I said, hey, what the heck you doing? But he was on the machines all the time. And, over the age of 50, you want to be called what's called functionally fit. It's like when you're on a machine, you're staying in a certain range of motion, pattern of motion over and over again. But that doesn't translate over to going outside, grabbing the shovel, digging a hole, raking leaves, picking up the big bag at Home Depot of cement, or just functional fitness. Be able to take that strength and apply it to tasks you do in your everyday life. The machines really don't do that for you. So get off the machines and start using the free weights, the dumbbells, and challenge yourself. Like when I met Kevin for the first time, and I think there's a fear there, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the last one we talked about, challenging yourself. You
And this isn't a bad thing.
The machines keep you straight, and you don't challenge yourself really with the machines.
Yeah, it's something where I'm not dogging you on that. It's one of these.
You are.
It was kind of like that.
It came off like that anyway.
I needed a good client. I'm glad you've been with me all these years to help us have Boomer Fitness here. But you need to challenge yourself,
Absolutely.
And you're on the machines a lot of times. And I think what the machines represent for people is a safe zone.
Safe
you
zone,
can pull the pin, you put it in, it's controlled. I'm doing something. It must be benefiting me. Yeah. But over 50, you want to get off these machines, be more functionally fit. And that leads up to challenging yourself. So bust out the dumbbells, go to those free weights so that you become more functionally fit. All right. So
helps the core a little bit too.
It helps the core. Kevin's a big core guy. He likes to keep that tight.
Zen core.
Maybe that's our next product.
Zen core.
We'll have to edit that out. But Zen core. So make sure we have that. Keep that core engaged. So the next one, this is the one I really want to dog Kevin about, is training the big muscles. Training the big muscles, the big movements. When I first met Kevin, like most guys over 50 who haven't been in the gym a long period of time, I love my dad. My dad does this too. They want to do the arm curls. They want to do the tricep press downs. They want to do the lateral raises. They want to do the leg lifts. Nothing wrong with those exercises.
Nothing at all.
But if you want to have real results when it comes to fitness and weight loss over 50, you're going to want to learn the big movements. You're going to learn how to do a proper deadlift. You're going to want to learn how to do bench presses, pull-ups, dumbbell rows, sled pushes. These movements are going to give you the most bang for your buck. They're going to, in the sense of, they're going to get you real functional strength that you can apply to your everyday life. It's also going to save you time because you're not going to be spending hours and hours and hours in the gym. They're going to give you a lot of results because they're working multiple muscle groups. So do a bench press, you're working chest, shoulders, and triceps, versus you go over to the machine and you do lateral raise, press down, and then say dumbbell bench press. I mean, just a machine press. So isolating the chest or cable fly. I'm trying to say. So you're working multiple muscle groups, you get more bang for the buck there. What's the biggest distinction you've got when you started training these bigger lifts?
Well, mostly just more mass.
More mass.
I mean, just bulking up more, and then getting the strength behind it. Mm-hmm. And again, core stuff. Anytime I'm working big muscles and intensity, having intensity with it, I've noticed that I'm building my core as well. So
I'm so glad you said that point, because I didn't want that to miss out in this video. As you said, you build mass. That's true, because you work the big movements. You build mass, mm-hmm. and over 50, and I'm a little embarrassed that I forgot to mention that, but you've over the age of 30, you start losing that mass. And by doing these big lifts, you build that mass, you build that metabolism, and you build a stronger body that's going to help you last for a longer period of time. Yeah. That's great. I'm glad you pointed that out. Anything else about training big muscles? You said core, of course.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest thing for me is everything I'm working out is related to strengthening that core. And I mean, one of the things I've noticed that a lot of people deprive themselves is legs, mm-hmm. Especially the lower part of the legs and back. And so I've noticed that by really focusing on those two groups, it gives me a lot of stability in what I do. So
that's another good point, is by big muscle groups, work the core, and it protects your back.
Protects that
absolutely. Back. Awesome. And plus you can keep those young bucks playing basketball.
Yeah, gotta let them know. All
right. Other one comes down to nutrition. It's drinking your calories. You want to cut. I mean, there's certain stresses over the age of 55. Kids coming back into your home. Kids leaving the home. What else is out there? The stresses, job situation, retirement. Will have enough money. And other obligations that you have higher up in the company now, more responsibility than you ever had before. Empty nest syndrome, you don't have the kids anymore. So what a lot of people do, coping mechanisms, they drink to get out of that stress. So drinking calories can add up very quickly and affect your hormones in a negative way. We could do a whole series on that. But Drinking your calories. Look at where you're drinking calories, not water, but like, things with calories, alcohol, soda, juices. Those calories, you drink a 16-ounce juice, you're looking at 300 calories are added to what you're doing. Your body doesn't, your body absorbs it very quickly, and then you're hungry again. So it doesn't take a long time for your body to process. Anything talking about drinking your calories that you notice for yourself over 50?
I drink a lot of whiskey, and that helps me. No.
I was about to go, what?
I actually, it's just
the truth comes out when the camera's on.
One of the things I remain very cognizant about alcohol, actually, and its relationship to my metabolism. And so, one of the things, alcohol does slow that metabolism down, so you have to be really careful. Sodas have a huge impact on me. Of course, obviously the bloating. So, if you're bloating, that means you're swelling up a little bit. So you have to just be careful with those things. And those are the two things that I really try to stay away from is alcohol and carbonated soda.
Absolutely. Yeah, those calories add up quick, and then bloating affects metabolism, especially over 50, your body's not metabolizing alcohol like it used to.
Right.
Things slow down a little bit. Anyway, next one. I was going to think something funny, but I didn't. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So the other one out there is number 7, which is eating more solid foods. A lot of times when they're looking to lose weight, what ends up happening is people will go and they'll Google this online, and there's a lot of supplement companies out there. Nothing wrong with the supplement industry, but what ends up happening is if you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of boxed foods, a lot of supplement foods, you're not going to have the biggest weight loss that you want. When you're taking in more solid foods, you're getting more nutrients. You're metabolizing them a little bit differently, and you're going to have more weight loss. So I would eat more solid foods, better nutrition, and also your body processes them differently, so you're going to have a better fat loss.
I agree with that 100%.
All right.
That's big.
And we got a bonus one for you today. Hire yourself a trainer. Hire yourself a trainer. I even hire a trainer for myself. You get that accountability. You get the questions answered where the kryptonite may be seeping in, or you have those fears in your mind, or if you have a question, you can be directed. It just gives you more confidence in knowing what you're doing. Find yourself a good certified trainer. Go see what kind of the results they're getting from their clients, and go from there.
Yeah, that's an important part. I find without a trainer, I won't ever push myself. When it starts getting painful, I'm just going to stop, and I'm not really going to challenge myself. I'm not going to really push myself, and I'm just not going to, know the right way to go about doing the exercise necessarily. I mean, some of us, we get into a rut. Doing the same exercise and not knowing whether the technique is right or not right, and a trainer helps with that, and it's real valuable.
I agree with that. The point there, you say you get in a rut. I hired a trainer recently for a 4-month period, and the reason why is I'm a busy gym owner, busy trainer, busy creating great content out there, busy out in the community, and you know what? I got down to my routine. I like doing my incline bench press. I like doing my pull-ups. I like doing my certain amount of push-ups. I like going to the track and running a certain mileage. But I got a new trainer, and the trainer, what they did is put a whole new routine together. It challenged me. It actually invigorated me by getting outside that rut. And actually, that actually flowed in other areas because I had more energy, and I started having different ways to look at it. Not where it's like before, it's like, oh, I'm going to go do incline press again. Right. I'm going to challenge myself a little bit by putting extra weight, but it's incline press, and I'm going to be burned out. The trainer. So, yeah, good point.
Training's good.
So there's our best tips for you on exercise and weight loss tips for men over the age of 50. I would love to hear what you liked best about this video. So down below, you'll see a comment section. Just leave your comments, and I want to thank you so much for the comments you've been leaving me over the months, and I've been getting back to filling those out. Also down below in the description box, you'll see a link, and in that description box with that link, you want to click it, and it's going to take you to another page where you're going to get 4 free workouts. To get those 4 free workouts, you just have to enter your email address. So go down below, click the link, and we're going to get you those workouts right right away by entering your email address. Also, down below, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get updated when we release all this great content. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you so much for your comments. Go get your free workouts, and you guys make it a great day.